All right, let's get started. So good evening, everyone. I'm Dan Murphy. I'm the manager for marketing and communications here with the Division of Pre-College and Undergraduate Programs, and I'm really excited to have you this evening with us. Hopefully, wherever you're joining us from, your weather is much nicer than Rhode Island's current weather of snow, ice, and sleet. Um, but we're excited to have you tonight to talk about our largest program, which is Summer at Brown, and the student life experience as well. So a few housekeeping items before we begin. I'm going to provide a general overview of what Brown Pre-College Programs is, and then I'll introduce our two panelists who are going to share more with you of a high-level overview of Brown Pre-College Program Summer at Brown program and the student life experience. And then we'll conclude with a Q&A. Tonight's session is going to be recorded. I already saw that question just come in, but it will be recorded and will last about 45 minutes or so. And this recording will be uploaded on our YouTube page within the next week and emailed out to everyone who registered for tonight, and will also be available on our website. Closed captioning is available. If you click the little CC button at the bottom of your screen, you can use that to turn that on. We are also going to have QR codes available on some of our slides this evening. So if you are joining us on a laptop or an iPad or anything and you have a phone available, those QR codes are really helpful to take you to the relevant page or videos to learn more information about what we're talking about on that slide. So. Feel free to ask questions. That's really the point of some of these webinars and these info sessions, is to give you a chance to get to know a little bit more about us, but also to ask questions and get to know more about us so that we can answer those questions for you. So you can do that by using the Q&A chat function at the bottom of your screen. We do have two of our program advisors in the background who will be answering as many questions as they come throughout the evening, but we will also answer questions live at the end of the session as well. And then just a friendly reminder, everything that we are going to discuss this evening is available on our website at precollege.brown.edu. It is the most up-to-date information that you will find, so definitely bookmark it and refer back to that after tonight's session. So let's dive in. What is Brown Pre-College? So each year we welcome more than 6,000 high school students from over 70 countries, and including across the entire United States. And these students choose to spend part of their summer with us, whether that's here in Providence, Rhode Island, at locations around the world, or online. So these students explore over 300 courses that are intentionally crafted to reflect the undergraduate open curriculum here at Brown. And I believe last time I checked, we were at 315 courses, give or take. The structure of our program also reflects the freedoms and responsibilities that are critically important parts of that college experience. So as a result, you'll balance the challenge of college level academics with enriching social activities that are available, whether you choose to study in person, on location, or online. So regardless of which program you are interested in, the first step in your pre-college experience is completing our application. Our application is actually designed to mirror the common application, which is used by many colleges and universities. So our application will help prepare you for that college application process, including adding transcripts and thinking through and crafting an essay based on a unique writing prompt. Our summer 2025 application is now open, and the deadline to submit an application is Friday, May 9th. If this is an experience that you feel certain is for you, highly recommend apply sooner rather than later. That will offer you the greatest selection of available courses. You can find your application checklist, which includes the essay prompts, grade requirements, and anything else you'll need to provide us with for a complete application by clicking on the apply button at the top of our website. You will also find a video tutorial on there with a step-by-step instructions on how to complete the application. So if you're someone like me and you just want to see like what is required, what does it look like before you actually start the process, that's a great tool for you. Admissions decisions are made on a rolling basis. So in most cases, admissions decisions are made within 15 business days of receiving a completed application from you. And then we like to remind everyone that in order to participate, You must enroll in a course after being admitted. So being admitted does not mean you are enrolled automatically into a particular course or a particular academic program. So you are applying to Brown Pre-College as a whole, and then if admitted, you would then go in and find the course that you're interested in or the program that you're interested in. And if there's a seat available, you would then enroll in that. So let's switch gears and dive deeper into tonight's topic, which is Summer at Brown, which is our largest program. And I'm pretty sure when people are thinking about Brown Pre-College, they're most likely thinking about Summer at Brown, the Summer at Brown program, which brings you to our campus or online to study. So I'm pleased to introduce our guest speakers this evening who will be providing this overview of Summer at Brown and the student life experience. Dr. Yolanda Davis, the Assistant Dean of Pre-College Programs, and Brittanny Connelly, the Director of Pre-College Student Life. I'll start with you, Brittanny.
Thanks, Dan. Hi, everyone. My name is Brittanny Connelly. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the director for the pre college student life team. I'm really excited to be here with you tonight, share a little bit about our outside of the classroom experiences for students, and answer any questions that you have.
Hi, everyone. I'm Yolanda Davis. I'm looking forward to meeting you all. We have such great fun classes. And so this summer, I'm looking forward to you all coming to campus. So let's just kind of dive on in. Are you ready, Dan?
Sure am.
So let's start off talking about Summer at Brown program. So Summer at Brown, as Dan mentioned, is our largest pre-college program, and it represents most discipline areas at Brown, whether it's online or in person, with the majority of the courses happening in person. Summer at Brown courses are available for rising 10th through 12th graders, with courses taking place from June 16th through July 25th. Students have the opportunity to pick from over 300 pre-college courses that are 1 to 6 weeks long. Typically, courses range in size from 18 to 24, with a few being a bit more or a few being a bit less, really depending on your content area. Our on-campus courses are mostly 1 to 3 weeks long, whereas our online courses are mostly 2 to 6 weeks long. In 2024, over 6,000 students joined us from 74 countries and all across the United States. Every year, we see the number continue to grow and grow as more students really enjoy the great impact that pre-college programs has had on them. What I find most exciting about the courses is that we have something literally for everyone, and students have the opportunity to learn from different instructors, diverse classmates, and so many instructors and students from different locations, backgrounds, interest areas. You really join a community of people who bring broad and deep perspectives to learning together, and they do so while balancing rigor and fun. So, as you browse through the course catalog on your pre-college website, you'll notice we have such a wide variety of courses in different discipline areas, such as engineering and technology, business, economics, legal studies, psychology, visual arts, and so much more. For example, students may take a 1 week course about presenting yourself in words, where students will draft, workshop, and revise their own original personal essays, while also reading and analyzing published essays and class discussions. Or they may join a 3 week online course, such as Black Lives Matters Less, How Structural Racism Affects Health, and learn about how racism can play a critical role in health outcomes for marginalized groups. I enjoy stopping by classes to hear students as they're actively engaging in class, discussions, group work, and just really hearing about, what are they studying on campus. Our curriculum, it really truly emphasizes student-centered learning. And so having a diverse group of students and instructors really provides me an opportunity to see students challenge themselves and just think of new ways of approaching their learning and critically thinking about how their new insight really impacts them and the world around them. Students get a taste of what college life, academics is all about as they enroll in these 1 to 6 week long courses. And they don't have the pressure of formal grades or credit. Those students do have the opportunity to earn a certificate upon successful completion of their courses. Overall, students have a chance to meet people from all over the world, and many of their classmates will become lifelong friends. When students are ready to go off to college, they will be much more familiar with what to expect. So whether students are taking an in-person course or an online course, they're truly in for a life-changing experience. When choosing between in-person and online, think about your learning style and what commitments and flexibility you may need during the summer before choosing to take a class online or in person. On-campus courses provide students with the opportunity to physically engage in person with other students and to meet their instructors, as well as explore the campus, whether they are in class or not. If students choose an in-person course, they will be required to attend their class for 3 hours, Monday through Friday. So each of those days, during the dates they are enrolled in the program, and they can expect about 3 hours of studying outside of class. All courses start at either 8:30 a.m., 12:15 p.m., or 3:30 p.m. Students have the opportunity to decide where on campus they want to study and at what time best works for them as they balance the additional activities that are offered by our student life team. When choosing an online course, students have the ability to learn from anywhere in the world and in the format that fits them best. Online courses provide flexibility, which makes for a great option for students wanting to dive into their passions without needing to miss work, internships, athletic practice, or family vacations. Students practice self discipline and personal responsibility as they are more in control of their setting and the stage for when and how they want to learn. If students take an online course, they have three different types of courses to choose from: asynchronous, mostly asynchronous, or blended. If choosing asynchronous, the course will be offered entirely asynchronously. Therefore, you can learn on your own daily schedule, allowing for the most flexibility and self directed learning. If choosing mostly asynchronous, the course will include a majority of asynchronous content and a few optional live sessions with your instructor and classmates each week to supplement course material. If you choose blended, the course will include asynchronous content and 1 to 3 pre-scheduled live sessions each week. These required live sessions are really important for that course experience. And the times of these synchronous sessions will be listed either late April or early May within the pre-college website. Whether in person or online, all students have the opportunity to join instructors for office hours. When you begin your class, you will see your instructor's office hours listed on your syllabus. The instructor will inform you where the office hours are located, whether it's on the main green, in the campus center, in your classroom, online, or somewhere else. I encourage you to take advantage of getting to know your instructors and having all of your questions answered as you embark on this new journey. Students often keep in touch with their instructors even after the class has ended, for instance, for letters of recommendation. Additionally, as you work on assignments, projects, or just prepare for tests, office hours is a great time to really take advantage of gaining clarity from your instructor. This is an overview of the Summer at Brown program. I'm now going to turn it over to Brittany so she can share about the student life experience.
Thank you, Yolanda. So now that Yolanda has shared an overview of the academic component of our Brown Pre-College program, you're probably wondering, what is the experience outside of the classroom? So, for me, I would say the thing that I find most exciting about Summer at Brown is how it truly mirrors the college experience. Students are studying on campus, they're going to be provided housing in one of Brown's residence halls. They'll have 3 meals a day in our dining halls on campus, access to many of the facilities on Brown's campus, including libraries, our fitness center, and our campus center, which really allows students to experience the full spectrum of college life. College campuses are filled with wonderful opportunities for engagement that enrich the overall experience. And I would say that's certainly the case for our programs as well. By taking advantage of extracurricular activities and events, students will be able to strengthen their connection to a robust community of peer scholars while developing important personal and social skills such as interpersonal communication, self confidence, and many more. Starting from 9 o'clock in the morning until curfew at 10, there's a wide variety of activities and events offered each day, and they fall into one of three overarching categories. So, first up, we have our educational and developmental workshops. We offer a series of workshops that are designed to help you prepare for the college application process. And some of those include things like how to write a college essay, finding the right college for you, financial aid, and many others. And we also offer workshops about leadership development, identity exploration, and opportunities to engage with student organizations connected to some of these important topics and other areas of interest. Second, we have our residence hall mentor groups. So, in your mentor group, you'll build meaningful relationships with a diverse group of peers that also live in your building while discussing various transitional elements of college life. All of the conversations are going to be led by your resident assistant, your RA, and our RAs are well versed in the various resources available on college campuses, and they've also navigated that process before. So you'll be able to leave with some really concrete takeaways for how to make your transition to college as successful as possible for your unique circumstances. And of course, it's important that we all take time to have fun as well. So each day we offer additional opportunities for you to socialize with friends and meet other students who have similar interests. Examples of some of our past social events include bowling trips, some board game parties, movie nights, including a dive in at the fitness center pool, some recreational activities like ultimate frisbee, yoga, and even a campus wide scavenger hunt. All right. So online, our staff has really approached planning out of classroom experiences for our students who are enrolled in online courses the same way that we have for our on campus students. I'm really, really proud of the offerings that we've provided in past summers and how we've already enhanced them for the future. So, our most popular events and offerings that I mentioned earlier for our on campus students apply to online as well, with a slightly different delivery method, of course. Our online students will be able to participate in educational and developmental workshops and webinars. We really encourage folks to attend one or more of our weekly webinars, and they're going to focus on topics that are essential to college admission selection, application, and preparation. We focus on making these events highly interactive and more engaging than a typical lecture style webinar. And our webinars are going to have features like group discussion, live Q&A, reflective activities, and opportunities to engage with other students who are on the call. We really look forward to folks who are studying online to interacting with you online, folks who are studying on campus. We are excited to meet you in person and hope to see you this summer. I'm happy to share a sort of sample of a day in the life for an on campus student. So you can sort of get a glimpse of what that might look like if you're choosing to study on campus. So you can see, as Yolanda mentioned, you'll have class for about 3 hours during the day, and you'll have about 3 hours or so of studying outside of class. But other than that, the day is up to you to decide when are you going to go to eat your meals in the dining hall, if you're going to go to the fitness center to exercise, how and when you want to spend some time with your friends, and then join into those different offerings that we have on campus. So you can see here, this student attended karaoke in the evening, they attended office hours with their instructor, and a college admissions presentation, in addition to all sorts of other activities across campus. If you're interested to watch from a student's perspective what a day in the life is, I really encourage you to scan this QR code. If you're watching on a device, take a screenshot so you can scan it later. But you can see from our students, both online and on campus, a day in the life from the students themselves. And I really recommend watching a few of them so you can see the unique experiences of our students and see how that might fit for you. For parents and guardians, we want to just note that we spend a lot of time communicating directly with students throughout the year via email. This is in part to prepare students for what to expect when applying to and enrolling in college. But we also want for parents and guardians to be prepared for the summer, and you can do that in a number of ways, including familiarizing yourself with our website and program expectations, watching our videos, and reaching out to us with any questions that you may have. While your student is going to be our primary point of contact for our communications, because it's part of our learning for the student to take ownership of their engagement with us, please also encourage them to check their email regularly so they keep up with any correspondence from us. Once your student is accepted into the program, we also highly recommend that you check in with your student and look through their student portal together so that you can both be well prepared. This will better help you as a parent or guardian to support and advocate for your student. Our parent and guardian page is also now live on our website. So you can visit it by clicking on the For You menu at the top of our website, and you'll see a special page for parents and guardians with more information as well. And that is the end of the student life portion. So I'll pass it back to Dan.
Thank you, Brittany, and thank you, Yolanda. So we're going to transition to the Q&A. We've seen lots of questions already coming through, but great time now to start asking any of the questions that maybe you've bottled up or just coming to you now, and we'll go through them. One question, Brittany, that came in quite a few times actually as you were speaking, are the events on campus also available for commuter students?
That's a great question. Yes, we definitely encourage our commuter students to be engaged on campus. So, any events and activities that are happening for our students studying in person are completely free of charge and open to any students, residential or commuter. We also do provide for our commuter students one meal during the day so they can remain on campus. It's a little easier for them to join into any of those events or activities, to stay on campus to study with some of their friends that they've met in class, or to maybe join office hours as well.
Right. Um, Yolanda, we got some pre-submitted questions basically around like, are there things that someone should consider when choosing a course? Do courses have prerequisites? Like any information that you can provide around that?
Yes, of course. When you're looking at the course catalog, if the course has a prerequisite in that description, it's going to say it on there. So I definitely want you to look at that. But a lot of our courses, I mean, they're open to anyone. And so if you're a rising 10th through 12th grader, we're encouraging you to apply. If you see a prerequisite and you don't meet that, then that class you probably don't want to apply to. But there's 300 courses. And so there's literally something for everyone to apply to. But also think about what are your interests, and then try to go outside the box sometimes. Right now, this is your opportunity to take a class and not have to worry about grades and credits and all of that. You get to actually just enjoy and see if this is what you want to do later when you actually do go to college. So just explore, try something new, and just see what happens. It's going to be a fun time regardless of the class.
Great, thank you. Brittany, lots of pre-submitted questions, also seeing some questions coming in now, all around the theme of like weekends. Like what do weekends look like? Are there activities on the weekends as well? Um, and then a second part to that is like, are they monitored when they're on campus? Are we keeping tabs on them? Things like that. If you can speak.
Perfect. So I can start with weekends. Many of our students choose to spend more than 1 week on campus. So, similar to the weekdays, the student life team is going to offer a ton of options for students to engage over the weekends. And so, you should not see any difference to your out of classroom experience on the weekday or on the weekend. Um, we really do try to offer an opportunity for students to not just engage on campus, but also head off campus and explore Providence, Rhode Island, and all of New England. So, our student life staff will also accompany students on trips and excursions around Providence and Rhode Island and New England. Some of those past experiences have included we've gone up to Boston to go to the Museum of Science, to Block Island for the day, to go to the beach and explore the New England Aquarium. We've gone whale watching, and of course, being in the ocean state would be remiss to not offer plenty of opportunities for students to get to the beach. And then to your second question around monitoring, I think it's really, really important for both parents and students to be fully aware of the level of freedom and independence that's afforded to our Summer at Brown students. It's our expectation that they're going to be capable of exhibiting the maturity and responsibility that's needed for a successful first year in college. And so, what that looks like is that our staff are here to guide and support students and provide a safety net, but they're not going to be closely monitored at every moment throughout the day.
Mm.
Students are going to be responsible for managing their own schedule, getting themselves from place to place across campus without assistance, and making sure that they're meeting all of their academic expectations, like attending class, completing those out of classroom assignments, engaging in any extracurricular activities, and taking advantage of exploring Providence in the state of Rhode Island independently. They're going to have a consistent touch point with our residence hall staff every evening at curfew. So curfew is at 10 o'clock at night. and they'll have multiple times a week those residence hall mentor groups as well as another touch point.
Mhm.
But other than that, students are able to be independent in navigating campus, deciding what they're doing each day, and then our staff is always there if they need additional support outside of those scheduled touch points. So student life members are always there to assist, but students are not being closely monitored throughout every moment of the day.
Great. Thank you. That was a very common question. Um, Yolanda, next question is a two-parter, and I can answer the first part, and then I'll let you answer the second part. Um, so the first part is, can someone apply to two different programs slash take more than one course? And feel free to jump in if you have anything to add to this one, Yolanda. But so yes, you can apply to two different programs, but essentially what you're doing is you're applying to Brown Pre-College, which is like the umbrella term, like the umbrella program. And then once you're admitted, you would then choose the course in the program that you're interested in if it's still available. So for example, if you're thinking of Summer at Brown or Leadership Institute, you just need to apply to Brown Pre-College as a whole, and then you can choose when you go to enroll in a course, which one maybe interests you. And you're more than welcome to take courses like one right after the other. I know that in general, we don't recommend more than one course at the same time. If is a situation where maybe there are two courses you are interested in at the same time, email us, and our program advisors can kind of walk you through the nuances of that and whether or not that would be possible. But we have lots of students on campus who uh, enroll in a 1 week course and then immediately take a 2 week course and then maybe take another 1 week course. So um, did I miss anything from that, Yolanda? Sound good?
I would just add, the reason why we're stressing that during the same time, taking more than one course can be a little bit challenging because you're in each of those courses for 3 hours a day. And so if you think about that, two classes at 6 hours, you have about 3 hours of homework each day too, and that's per class. And so you don't want to overdo it. Brittany just mentioned like so many fun activities. And so I'm sure you want to make sure you have time to actually engage in those activities. And so we recommend just one class at a time. We definitely have so many that come back to back. So they may come for a week, then 2 weeks, and 3 weeks, whatever they decide. But usually at the same time isn't recommended. And so if you are considering that, make sure you reach out to our advisors, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. And that outside of the classroom experience is really important. That's like an important piece of the college experience and of the pre-college experience. So we want you to have that time to have fun and enjoy your summer. The second part of this, Yolanda, which I will allow you to answer, is if someone is interested in only like one specific class, why should they consider a different course potentially or have a backup option? Like, what would you recommend for that?
Yeah, so just think about it. When you first come to college, there's like so many options to choose from. And so being in pre-college, you really get a chance to kind of explore different things. And so if you already know I'm really interested in math, why not try something new? No stakes, right? You don't have to worry about grades. And so you can kind of challenge yourself to see what else is out there. What else am I interested in? And meet new people with the same similar interests. And so as Dan mentioned, you can take more than one class back to back if you wanted to. If you still are like, no, I have to take this course. But definitely be open to different things. The courses do also fill up fast. And so if you're definitely like, I can't take anything else, then sign up for it pretty quickly. But keep in mind, there are so many options. We mentioned earlier, 300 courses. Was it 315, Dan? I think you
It was
said.
315 last time
Yeah.
I
So
checked.
there's a lot to choose from. So why not just kind of explore and see what's out there?
Yeah. And I would say like reach out to our program advisors as well. They're pretty great at answering. Like if you have this one course where your heart is set on it, and let's say it's full, they might be able to help navigate you through your interests and what you're interested about that course and find a similar course or a course that might touch on those subjects in a different way. So they're a great resource.
For sure.
Brittany, very common question. Housing. What are the residence halls like? How does rooming work? Um, Dining experience. Any insights you have on that? Very, very common question tonight.
Yes. Um, so as I mentioned earlier, students are housed in Brown University residence halls. And the residence halls on our campus offer a variety of different settings and room sizes that are unique to each individual building. There's very few that are similar. So, students can expect to be housed in either a single, double, or triple room. If you are in a double or a triple room, you will receive your roommate information when you arrive. You'll, in general, receive all housing assignment information when you arrive to check in on campus. And if you do have a roommate, we work to house you with a student who shares the same gender identity as you and who is within 1 year of your age. Um, for dining, students are going to dine in the Brown University dining halls. We have a couple of different dining halls that are on campus that are open during the summertime. Most of the spaces are an all you care to eat. So you will have 3 swipes for residential students, 1 swipe for commuter students. And when you swipe into the dining hall, you're able to spend as much time as you'd like there for that meal and eat as much as you'd like while you're there. Our dining spaces will all have a variety of different offerings when you go in, and you can also check on our dining website for the menu for the day. So you can decide before you head to the dining hall, see what the different offerings are on campus, and choose where you're going to go. All of our dining spaces will have vegan, halal, and kosher offerings. And if you have dietary restrictions or needs, they are going to be very easily accommodated in our dining halls. We have on our website, when you look up the menu, you can click in and see every single ingredient that was used to cook a meal. And you can also eat whatever you'd like when you're there, and there's a bunch of different offerings. So we have, I'm trying to think, in the Ratty, our main dining hall, there's a salad bar, rotating daily specials, pizza, pasta, dessert bar. There's sort of like a chicken finger, french fry, hamburger station. One of the favorite things of students is the soft serve machine in the Ratty. But I would definitely recommend, if you haven't already, checking our Ask an Advisor series on Instagram. And there is one where you get a lovely tour of the Ratty and all of the different options for food there.
Mm, great, thank you. So a follow-up question that came in right after we started answering that was, are they allowed to request a roommate?
That's a good one. So no, we do not allow students to request a roommate. I think that, as we've shared already, our aim with our Summer at Brown pre-college program is to replicate what it would be like to be a first-year student on a college campus. And a really important part of that experience is learning how to navigate living with others, especially people that maybe you don't know beforehand. And so, if you do know someone who's going to be studying on campus at the same time, know that you're going to have plenty of time to spend outside of class, hanging out with them. But your roommate is not someone that you'll be able to select in advance. So we're excited for you to come, meet some new folks, branch out, and learn. But if you have any specific questions about housing, feel free to reach out to the Student Life team. We have, if you email accessibility@brown.edu, you can ask any questions that you might have about housing, about roommates, and we'll get back to you.
Great, thank you, Brittany. Yolanda, um, question about the course catalog. Will courses be marked as closed on the catalog? Like if a course is full, will they be able to see that?
Yes, it'll be very clear when you go on there. All the information you need about that course is going to be clear as ever. The description is on there, who's teaching, the time, and if it's closed or open, it's going to say that. Once
Mm,
the course is closed, we do have a short wait list that we allow. But we encourage you, even if you're on a wait list, if you see a course that's open, still go ahead and sign up for the course that you actually want because we never know if those wait lists are going to actually open up or not. And so the faster you sign up for your course, the better to make sure you actually get into the course that you want the most.
yeah, great. Yeah, I think there's an indicator on the courses where if it's green, if it says like it's open, and then I think it warns you if it's like getting close to being filled with a
Yeah.
yellow, and then it turns red if it's
And if
close.
there's ever any confusion, you can always just reach out to us as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Um, let's see. Brittany, do you have any insights on when students would be able to see what events are available for the summer?
That's a great question. So, students should be able to see once you're accepted and enrolled in a course, you will have a student portal with information, and one of the tabs within that portal will give you information about student life, resources on campus, including the events and activities. You should be able to see that right leading up to when you arrive to campus. And any of those excursions where we mentioned heading off campus will go live to sign up. The Sunday night that you arrive, you'll get all sorts of information about how to sign up. And then that Monday would be when you would be eligible to go into our event calendar, look at all the different offerings, and click to sign up to attend.
Great, thank you. I'm trying to look through. I'm trying to make sure we answered some of the pre-submitted questions too. Um, so, which one was I looking at? Uh, Here's one, Brittany, for you. Is basically just like transportation. So like how do students when they arrive, like how do they arrive to campus? Or is there like what does transportation look like if someone's flying in to the Rhode Island airport or Boston, for example? Just like any insights on that.
Yes. So students are going to be completely responsible for coordinating their own transportation to campus and from campus at the end of their program. But we see students take pretty much every mode of transportation available. Folks will drive to campus. You can fly into a local airport. TF Green is located just outside of Providence, maybe a 20-minute car ride from campus. Some folks will choose to fly into Boston. We also have a train station and a bus station in Providence. So, however it is you decide to come to campus, you should know that you're expected to coordinate your own transportation. And we also encourage you, if you're booking travel, that you check with either your airline, the train station, the bus, to make sure that you understand the policies for that specific company so you know what's required if you're a minor traveling with that company.
Great, thank you. Yolanda, this one's for you. So we mentioned that the summer Brown courses do not are not credit bearing. So someone's wondering, do we offer any college credit bearing courses?
We do offer a small selection. It's around 30 or so courses that are offered. And so if you wanted more information about that, definitely email precollege@brown.edu. Most of our courses, the 300 that we were speaking about, particularly for summer at Brown, those are not credit bearing. But pre-college as a whole does offer a small selection of those. So if you're interested in that, that would be a different program you would look at.
Great. Um, Question that came in that I can answer is just when will they get more information on like what to bring with them, what to pack, anything specific to programs, which is a great question. Um, we will have our enrolled student pages for each of the programs live in early spring. I believe it's like late May, or not late May. I believe it's like late March into the April. So sometime in that time frame. But on there, we'll email you when those are available. But on there, there will be packing lists, recommended packing lists for each program, and that will differ by program. So it'll include like what to bring, but also what not to bring, which is also important. But yeah, that will be available on our website in a little bit. And again, we'll email you when that becomes available. Mm-mm. Brittany, we got a question coming in just about like commuter students. Can you talk a little bit more about like can commuter students stay on campus like during the day, like if they want to come and take their course and then like study or like try to like, make connections and friends and attend programs? Could you talk a little bit more about that?
Yes, not only can they, we really hope they will. So, commuter students are invited to join us for any of our student life offerings, including trips off campus on the weekends. And as I mentioned, our offerings run from 9 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. So, there's lots of opportunity for commuter students outside of their class time to engage with student life. Commuter students also have one meal in the dining hall a day. So you can decide if you want to come to campus early, get involved in some of our student life offerings. Maybe you go to your instructor's office hours, have a meal, and go to class. But commuter students are a very important and welcomed members of our community, and we hope that they will spend time on campus outside of just going to their class.
Great, thank you. And then I just want to be mindful of time, so I'll do this one last question. Basically, people are asking, when is move in and move out? So I know move in on campus is typically the Sunday before your program. So with Summer at Brown, it's the Sunday before. So your class would start on Monday, but you would move in on Sunday. And then move out, Brittany, you'll need to refresh my mind
Yeah.
on what move out is typically.
Mhm. Yeah, so Sunday would be move in, and then you move out following your final course. I would say for the vast majority of students, that's going to be on a Friday. Your courses will end. As Yolanda mentioned, there's 3 different time blocks. So some students who finish up in the morning class might head out in the morning. Students who are in the last class block of the day might not head out until later in the evening, but you head off campus after your final course. This summer, it is important to note that the 4th of July falls on a Friday, so courses that week end on a Thursday. So if you are enrolling in a course that falls over that week for your final week, you would be moving off campus on the Thursday. Separate from the question you asked, but I'm imagining
That is
people might
important.
wonder, if you're remaining on campus, there's still plenty of things happening for you on that 4th of July Friday. But if your courses end that week, you would just leave on the Thursday instead of the Friday. If
That's
folks have a far distance to travel, you are able to extend your stay until the next morning at 9 o'clock. So if you need to coordinate a flight and you don't have any flight options after your final course, you can stay until the following morning.
great. Thank you. So that's Summer at Brown and student life. So we have some upcoming info sessions. So now that you've learned a little bit about just the program as a whole, we are going to provide 2 more webinars and info sessions this month that go more into the specifics of the courses. So if you want to learn more about like the specific courses. So this upcoming Tuesday, we will have our STEM and course-based research experience courses webinar. Um, Great. A question we get asked a lot is, are there research opportunities through our courses? And so the course-based research experience is a great opportunity for that. And then February 27th, we will have a info session highlighting our humanities and social science courses. And then brand new this year, March 6th, we are going to have a parent and guardian information session. This is intended for anyone who has students interested in coming to Brown Pre-College, and or your student has already like been admitted and enrolled. And it's really just an information session with Brittanny, Yolanda, and our dean, Adrian Marcus. Just give some more expectations of just like what to expect as a parent guardian and how to best support your student as they come to Brown Pre-College or prepare to come to Brown Pre-College. And the full schedule is available at this QR code or at the bottom of our website. And then lastly, again, if there's any questions we didn't answer, please reach out to us. You can email us or call us at the number and email address here. We have 5 amazing program advisors. I say it every single info session. They are the encyclopedia of our office. They know so much, the ins and outs, and they are a great resource. And again, if you're wondering, like, I'm interested in A, B, and C, like what would be a good choice, like course would you recommend, or any question, they're more than happy to answer that. And then again, if you don't already follow us on social media, we showcase a lot of photos and videos that students have created or submitted from their time with us. So if you kind of want to see that student perspective, highly recommend that. So follow us at Brown Pre-College. So thank you again for joining us. Thank you, Brittanny. Thank you, Yolanda, for taking time to chat with us. And we hope everyone has a lovely evening or morning, wherever you are. And again, reach out if you have any questions. And thank you again. So, bye, everyone.